The recent Deadlock patch has been quite interesting, and while I don't want to be doing the same character 2 weeks in a row, this game was too scuffed to not pass up. So we are back on Ivy, as she has a lot of changes that I would like to try out. Does that goal come to fruition this match? Not really, because this game ended up being quite strange. To start, we are playing into Dorm and Calico lane, two characters who have been on the receiving end of heavy buffs on this patch, which is kind of annoying, and they are typically a little frustrating to deal with. But Ivy is also on the receiving end of those buffs, so it partially balances out, with Apollo being decent enough to work with as long as the player knows what they're doing. That character is proven a little problematic when he goes full aggro on the bad guys with 2 abilities and without the damage to back up, and he dies. I almost get the Doorman pick, but I myself don't have a lot of damage yet to finish him off without dying for it. Doorman's rush item after that, also very annoyingly, was Guardian Ward, which is so much fun to play against when it's on Calico whenever she does literally anything. I end up dying when Apollo goes in to follow up for the Doorman finisher. I made the mistake of trying to follow up with that when Calico has an easy opening on me, while Doorman escapes again. I don't know what happened either. I remember mashing my 3 key, but I guess it didn't work. Some kind of user error in there somewhere. We die again when Apollo goes all in on his half health engagement. I once again do my best to follow up, but Calico just has more damage. Apollo dies while ulting after barely getting it up, and I get sent to the hotel. I do my best to survive out of it, but Calico just has more features than me. But when Apollo gets back, he has a second opportunity to ult and finish the trade, and incredible. 10 out of 10, no notes. After that, I wanted to play back, let Apollo do his thing without me committing to a full engagement, unless that engagement looked good, and a decent one popped up with Apollo pulling them in an odd position I wanted to ult on. But he got sent to the hotel before killing Doorman, and I still don't have nearly enough damage to kill Calico yet, so I stayed back to see what happens. Apollo comes out of the hotel with the ult of a lifetime, and he targeted the Doorman way out of range and behind the Guardian. Thankfully, following that, Calico restarted her engagement looking for her ult to come up just in time, which doesn't work out. She dies just barely before it's up, and the Doorman was left without much he can do, letting us finally secure a couple kills and a free spin at the casino. Another fight was forced by Calico's overextension, which at this point I'm kind of convinced the player is being carried by the hero, as she gets lit up by this misplay, and her follow-up is to try and finish the Apollo kill, which doesn't work, and she's left vulnerable. I'm sent once again to the hotel, and hey, look at that, he actually hit his ult. And with that, we get the first Guardian, leaving lane with a comfortable lead. From this point on though, the game started to completely unravel. I go off to start doing my mid-game stuff. Plan is to grab a couple Sinners and some camps, but I'm playing Ivy and our laners were left isolated trying to take our Guardian. Calico bailed, so I flew in to put a stop to Doorman. Calico came back, and even though I took the stun opportunity to kite back, Calico's full combo got way more value than it really should have based on her previous positioning. But she fails to play the hand she had been dealt after that, and tries to finish a kill on me without ult and way out of position, and gets crushed because of it. I am 100% this guy is being carried by their choice of hero at this point. Anyways, back to the farm I stepped away from. After that, there's some weird lane stacking stuff happening mid that I'm not sure I want to take part of. Just want to stay in the area just in case while farming. The horse went off to who knows where, but with her leaving, might as well go dive for the Guardian and see what happens, which ends up being nothing more than getting the Guardian. They can't kill me, we can't kill them. The horse grabbed the urn and got jumped near her walker and ended up dying while the team were kind of diving it to their success for some reason. And while that happened, I had a green to defend with Lash. Shiv ate a lot of damage by standing too close to the walker and also by getting crushed. Mina got thrown in by Lash, forcing her to use her mobility early, so we had the whole lane to chase them down, giving us the double off of that play. Somehow through all that, the team took the entire blue walker, plus the defenders. Genuinely no idea what happened with that.
I can't believe you were nervous about
but I just keep playing the game how I should be at this rank. Maintain my farm and lanes, and especially as Ivy watch for gank opportunities and walkers. The enemy is kind of really behind, and a fight around the urn that is being ran is started. But the Mo and Apollo traded a kill in a 2v3 while a couple camped the urn deposit. Then they got another pick on Shiv. They forced the urn to be dropped and took it for ourselves. I get a good chunk on the walker before Calico showed up, which was my time to leave. Not before sneaking another minion wave in. And then a little later, Apollo just kind of walked up and took the yellow walker despite enemy pushback. But those guys finally paid the price for their actions off of that. But it's just perpetual fighting in that bit of jungle over there, so I'm gonna go and try and grab that last walker, I suppose. I'm met by Calico, but I have a good lead at this point, so I can actually take the fight this time, where she still almost gets me, despite the differential. But I still get the kill and survive to walk away with the minions wrapping up that walker for me. The call is to do mid-boss this time, and if you watched my previous Viper video, you know I really hate doing mid-boss around 20 minutes, but that's for competitive games. Like, what are they gonna do about it? They are 40k behind and are on high def timers already. The team easily secures that. At this point, 22 minutes in, we have taken all 3 walkers while still maintaining 2 guardians with rejuve. I don't think I've ever seen that happen, let alone in a match that supposedly has Oracle players at the minimum. At this point, I'm still trying to play the game, of course, but our team is sieging their base. Mo and Apollo are diving and getting kills in their spawn. I show up finally to help take the objectives and get a couple kills. Might as well throw Lash into their spawn for funsies, why not? But they are actively getting killed in their spawn and we finish the game. Yeah, that was certainly an experience that I don't know if it was worth sharing, but if there isn't a game to better encompass the state of the game and my thoughts after this patch, I don't know what. But hey, time to submit my 25-minute Oracle average game to speedrun.com. I have a couple more thoughts I'll leave on the pinned comment about why I chose this match for this week, plus a couple other things including the fact that I should be able to start streaming soon. So if you want to watch Shrimp live and maybe playing some partied matches with me, that opportunity is coming up and I hope to see you there. Anyways, that was certainly a game of Deadlock I just played. Couldn't tell you how this happened, but I need a nap after that. Good night, Cursed Apple.